My name is Jordan Guevara. I work at the U.S. Navy. I'm in the Naval Special Warfare community right now. My overall job perspective is I'm a gunner's mate, so anything dealing with firearms, weapon systems, missiles, ordnance, explosives, and then anything pertaining into protecting those, like the actual security and maintaining them, as well as transportation and everything else. I also teach and conduct ranges for small arms, ranging either between AR-15s down to the 9mm as the basic primary and secondary weapons that we use. Cruiser weapons instructor, so 50 cals, 240s, and Mark 19 ranges. Static and dynamic, just range officer in charge kind of thing for any of our NSW ranges that we do. So I just sit there as like a safety overall observer, make sure all the safety precautions are being done while our operators are conducting their own training. I always knew I was going to do military. Growing up, you can see pictures back to when I was like 4 or 5 in like little camis and woodland camouflage and like painted faces for Halloween, and always played with toy guns. I chose Marine Corps because my grandfather and my uncles, prior Marine and current Marine at the time, I'm always trying to be the best in school with track or any other sports and stuff. I'm going to do SEALs. So I went and contracted SEALs. At that time, you had to actually choose a different rate or MOS. So I chose Gunner's Mate, and you still had to go to the school for that. And that gave me the basic trainings, not just on just weapons and systems, but hydraulics, electronics, pneumatics, and all that stuff. Didn't work out, dropped, became Gunner's Mate, loved it. It was still a great job as well, so don't necessarily regret it. I've had lots of opportunities and met a lot of great people going the path I have gone. So I would say I came in already kind of with what I already have now, shaped from my stepfather. He wasn't prior military, but he's the one who molded me into that. And I would say the Navy has helped sharpen and hone it in on just the attention to detail, the care for one another, and always striving to do your best at what you do and with the work you do. I have a break in service where I got out after 7 years, and then I joined the fire department for the city of St. Louis for a couple years. I knew I wanted to continue to serve the community, but there was a fight between a bunch of friends, some of them former military, some of them just people I grew up with. And some of them were police officers for the city of St. Louis, and even on the SWAT teams and stuff, trying to get me to go to that. And then couples that won the fight, that were more of my best friends, that were like, hey, firefighting. And the work rotation for firefighting, because you're always on for so long as well, gave you a lot of time off also. So that's where you start to build up your secondary job, or you can work on more of your hobbies and stuff like that. I originally did join my family in doing hair salon and doing hair, and I went to Paul Mitchell, so I was called Zohan while I was going to Paul Mitchell because of Adam Sandler in that movie. Did that while I was waiting to get picked up, because they do a 7-year application process where you apply and they use that list of applicants for 7 years for the fire department. And I was only in the second class, but it took like 3 years until they finally called my number. So I was actually in Japan, because I was in the Navy Reserves as well while I was doing that. And I was actually in Japan on the Chancellorsville at the time when I finally got the phone call. So I was like, yes. The majority of our calls on the fire department is medical, and you're going to that person on their worst day, whether it is a fire or it is a medical instance, whether it was gunshots, vehicles, whatever it is, and it's your job to try and keep them whole and make them be able to get to the hospital, make sure they survive that incident. It was a good feeling being able to help a lot of people that you couldn't help. So that was more motivation to continue to keep doing it. There's been continuous events of losses in both career fields, but I believe I stated before how it was coming up on certain scenes and you're realizing just how short life is. But also one of the ones I rolled up on was a gunshot wounds on 3 different victims, and able to maintain everything together, pressures, everything, stabilize and get them out, and then they all recover fully and everything from it. So you help them on they were just bystanders, that was drive-by stuff, and the city of St. Louis is always in the top 10 murder capital for this country, so you're always busy there. But yeah, being able to do that, helps drive that want to help other people in their worst days. I mean, you always have good leaders, bad leaders, good workers, not good workers. All it is examples of what you want to strive to be like, what helps push you, or what you don't want to be like. They're just examples. I want to be like that, I don't want to be like that. I want to be better than that, I don't want to be like that at all. Stuff like that. So thankfully, the majority of the times I've always had great leaders, and I've always had just great people to work with. So they've always made the job fun, enjoyable, and makes me want to keep doing it as well. It's not just about the community, but it's about, especially on the military side too, but also in the fire department, who you're working next to and who you're going with, either into the fire, into that burning building, or downrange, out in the field or anything like that, or you're going to spend your time with about 24 hours a day for 210 days or so out in the desert. You want it to be someone that's solid and also someone that you can get along with. So thankfully I've been blessed enough to have that in both careers. It's a lot of time it's with my own family. I got a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, and my wife, and spending time with them, getting to go and watch them experience things for the first time. It's awesome. Outside of that, I'm a gunner's mate. I love guns, so anytime I can go down to the range with myself and just go pew pew, that's always fun. I'm really into woodworking, make my own furniture, all my beds I make, so it really got me into getting certified in other things. I've been looking at the solo stove, so that's something house-wise to put in the back patio. I do a lot of shopping on there. Always try to see where I can get the best price. The majority of the time it is there. Vortex especially, for my rifles and even my pistols. But yeah, I've purchased optics and stuff through there, even 511 I think through there. My running shoes, Innovate, I've gotten those there, love them. Very comfortable for both training because of the F-flies that I got out of there. So they help me with it in the gym, running and everything like that, so I gotta stay fit. Clothing, stuff, tent. I got my tent there that also connects to the back of my SUV. That was awesome because I got to take my son camping last summer for the first time, so we were all excited about that. So I'm online shopping. I get a lot of things through GOVX, so it's definitely helped out with saving money, but also you guys got a good variety of different products, and it's a nice little one-stop shop for a lot of things.